Hi, this is Dr. Jared Hill with Hill Family Chiropractic, and I wanted to give you a couple tips that may help you during this holiday season. What we find with a lot of patients is if you're doing a lot of traveling, whether it's Christmas or New Year's, then you may have some discomfort in your lower back more or some neck pain. And I want to just give you a couple things to think about that may help decrease that for you during this time. The first thing is for the lower back. If we have to travel quite a bit more, there's a lot of pressure in that lower part of the spine. So there's a couple key stretches that have a lot of benefit that can decrease a lot of pressure in that lower spine. The first thing is to think about when you're sitting. A lot of times there's a couple angles. This gets really tight, and this right underneath here gets really tight. So if we can stretch those front hip flexors and psoas muscles out. So ideally, like if you're traveling for really long distances, you're getting out every couple hours and moving around and walking, and then you can even do this particular stretch where it's a Samson stretch, or where you're lunging out and pushing that hip forward. And then if you can also add in the arms and really open that up and stretch that, but the goal is to push this forward, because normally it starts getting really tight this direction. We want to do the opposite. Okay. The second stretch would be for the hamstring. When you're sitting down, again, that starts getting really tight, and then both of those really tug and pull on the lower part of the back, get that more inflamed and causes a lot more discomfort. So if we can stretch that out, you can prop that up on a chair or on the wheel well of your tire when you're taking a break, and just really try to open that back of the leg, the back of the knee out. And so that would be two really beneficial stretches for the lower back. The second thing to go over is neck pain. A lot of people increase in their neck pain during the Christmas time. One is because just the increased stress, being around family or different situations. So your perspective and going into that situation can be really helpful with that. But also sleeping in different beds. You can take your own pillow. It can help decrease a little bit of that stress to your neck region. But as you're traveling, be thinking about how you're sitting. If you're driving, sometimes you have a tendency, or here's myself, is if I'm on a long trip, I have a tendency to put my left hand up here and I'll rest my right shoulder or my right elbow onto that center console. And I'll just kind of be relaxing, maybe listen to my wife having a conversation. Before long, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing to my neck and my back? So be thinking in awareness of your body positioning. If you're tilting over, even in a passenger, sometimes we can kind of lean over and for long periods of time, which can really increase the stress to the neck region, also the lower back. But then the second thing too with that is if you are driving or passenger, sometimes we have a tendency to start leaning forward here, and it can really start tugging and pulling on those muscles throughout that region. So keeping your head and your posture up, your chest up when you're driving. And then, so we do the best we can to avoid some of that. But as we stop on those little breaks, or when we get to our destination, you want to get out and walk around and loosen those muscles up is a huge one. And one thing that helps is going through all the ranges of motion with the neck. You have rotation, flexion, extension, and then lateral flexion to the side, left, and to the right. And then one more thing that's really beneficial is these muscles in and around the shoulder, they attach and go up into the neck. So if you can do some arm circles, and what you do is start off with small circles, one direction, go the other direction, and then you flip the hands up, and then you do the same thing, one direction for a little while, and then the other direction, and then you can start getting bigger and bigger. And what that does is it starts to really loosen up and work some of that tension out of those shoulders, and help decrease pressure and stress to your spine. Why the benefit of that is we know that not only help decrease discomfort, but your spine is your armor to your nervous system, which ultimately starts affecting your overall health. So we want to do everything we can to be thinking about our posture and our structure, making sure nothing is going on or creating unnecessary stresses to that. And those pain and the symptoms, a lot of times is your body causing a warning signal, kind of like on your dashboard, saying, help, this is not good for you. So we either need to change something, or something that may be even wrong internally, and that's where we can always help you out with that. To evaluate how things are functioning on the inside. But hopefully these tips help you improve your quality of your holidays and traveling season with your family, and I hope you have a blessed Christmas this year and an awesome 2019. But remember, you're stronger, healthier, and happier with Hill Family Chiropractic.